Religion has had a significant impact on the history of almost all countries in the world. We see evidence of this everywhere. Religion has a significant impact on all aspects of life, including language and art. Although religion has always played a significant role, its importance presently varies greatly between countries and social levels. While opinions about religion are frequently conflicted in certain countries, others, people in those countries passionately connect with their religion. While discussing the countries with the highest levels of religious observance in the world, it is imperative to take into account the many perspectives on religion and spirituality. Some of these people might not consider themselves to be religious. Similarly, people in cultures that we might not automatically associate with being extremely religious might place a great importance on religion or spirituality. Although this is fascinating from an anthropological point of view, it makes it very difficult to classify how religious a community is. As a result, various studies on the prevalence of religion in a country have produced wildly divergent results, particularly when it comes to the countries that are regarded as the most religious in the world. It's also interesting to observe that when wealth and educational levels increase globally, respondents are less likely to respond yes to any of these questions. This may help to explain why many of the most industrialized nations on Earth also have the lowest levels of religion. Here are the top 10 religious countries in the world. 10. Brazil. This South American country is a place of contrasts. It is a place of vast wealth and severe poverty, of redemption and evil. Brazil is famous for its outrageous carnival celebrations, but when it comes to prayer, Brazilians give it their all as well. Catholicism was introduced to Brazil by Portuguese invaders, and it now has 64% of the population as adherents. Protestants come in second, with 22%. The remaining statistics are agreed upon by atheists and people of other faiths. 85% of Brazilians who attend church consider themselves to be practicing Christians. 9. Peru. Religion is very much alive and flourishing in Peru's valleys and mountains. Prior to the modern era, natives practiced Pachamama, Spanish conquerors brought Catholicism, missionaries brought Protestantism, and other groups brought Mormonism, Buddhism, Hinduism, and other faiths. In the same country, all of these groups appear to coexist peacefully. Because 86% of Peruvians identify as religious, compared to only 8% who do not, there may be enough space for all faiths. Atheists and agnostics are almost never present. 8. Kenya. Christianity predominates in all of its forms in Kenya. 47.5% are Protestants, while 23.5% are Roman Catholics. Other denominations include the Independent Presbyterian Church of Kenya, the Reformed Church of East Africa, and the Africa Evangelical Presbyterian Church. The Coast Province is home to the majority of Muslims and other religious adherents. Only 9% of Kenyans said they were not actively religious, while 88% said they were. 7. Iraq. Iraq is the only Muslim country on the list, with Muslims constituting an estimated 95% of the population. Following the American invasion in 2003, the majority of people of other faiths fled the area to avoid conflict and persecution. Only 9% of Iraqis do not practice their religion, while 88% do. Why is Iraq so religious? Experts believe that, while cultural, this is more of a social phenomenon. According to them, when there is uncertainty, turmoil, or instability, people are drawn closer to their God, and this is what has been happening in Iraq since it was liberated. 6. Romania. There are many different religions in this European country, but Orthodox Christians account for 86% of the population. Protestants account for 5.2% of the population, while Roman Catholics account for 4.7%. Several other religions shared the remaining numbers. 89% of Romanians who attend services identify as practicing Christians. Romania has a long history of religious ties. The vast, steep woods of the country's mythology have given rise to a variety of spirits and monsters, most notably vampires and werewolves. These ideas provided a fertile ground for the development of superstition and religious beliefs. 5. Macedonia. Macedonia has a long history and is located in southern Europe between Albania and Bulgaria. Several groups that brought their own religions with them repeatedly conquered it in the past. The Byzantines, who brought Christianity, the Bulgarian Tsars, who brought Orthodoxy, and the Ottoman Turks, who brought Islam, were among them. Orthodoxy is the most widely practiced religion today. Catholicism, Islam, and Judaism all have significant populations and deep roots. It is estimated that 92% of Macedonians practice their religion. 4. Fiji. For those who have heard of Fiji but are unaware of its location, it is located in the Melanesian region of the South Pacific, much to the east of Australia. It is one of the world's most remote countries. So, how did religion spread there? Methodist missionaries brought it there in the mid-19th century. Methodistism is now the most widely practiced religion in the country, followed by Catholicism, the Assemblies of God, the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and others. An estimated 93% of Fijians consider themselves religious. 3. Armenia. When the Soviet Union fell apart in 1991, this country was one of the first to return to its previous religious practices. Armenia also has a rich Christian heritage. In 301 AD, it became the first country to make Christianity its official religion. According to legend, the Armenian Church was founded in the 1st century by Thaddeus and Bartholomew, two of Jesus Christ's personal disciples. The estimated 92% of Armenians who actively participate in worship today are almost entirely Christians. Local Muslim and Jewish populations have declined due to emigration, but their mosques, synagogues, and architectural legacy remain. 2. Nigeria. Although different faiths predominate in different parts of Nigeria, rough estimates place Christians at 50.8%, Muslims at 47.8%, and other religions and beliefs at the remaining percentage. Although missionaries have been present in Nigeria since the 16th century, churches were not established until the end of World War I. While active participation in religious traditions reaches a high of 93%. This may come at a cost because it appears that practicing traditional religions is against the law. 1. Ghana. Ghana appears to be split into two parts, the Christian South and the Muslim North. According to estimates, Muslims account for approximately 17% of Ghana's population, while Christians account for 71%. According to reports, religions get along well with one another. In addition to the two most prevalent religions, Hinduism, Taoism, Buddhism, Shintoism, and Judaism are all represented and growing. Ghanaians have been dubbed the world's most religious people, with an estimated 96% claiming to be actively religious and only 2% not belonging to any religion. The beliefs of the remaining group were divided.